My beloved child, let these words fill your heart like a warm glow. I'm so proud of you. In a father's tender, fierce joy, not as a fleeting emotion or in a superficial way. I've seen you decide on faith when fear seemed more pressing. When it would have been easy to give up, I have witnessed you persevere. You believed you were standing motionless, but I counted your steps. And now with divine joy I whisper this: Heaven has witnessed every action. No one else noticed you, but I did. The late evenings when your pillow held prayers you couldn't voice. Even still, you chose kindness on mornings when you woke up feeling burdened. The days when you gave without being praised. The hours you spent listening while your own heart ached. The times when you forgot to ask for forgiveness. None of it was wasted. It was all seen, recorded by angels. Life remembers it. It made me glad. In silence, you have shown faithfulness. Kings and queens are forged there. Keep these words close to your heart, dear child, if they stirred something within you. Please like this post to show your love and trust. It is not perfection that makes me proud of you. I am not impressed by polished masks. I value your sincerity. You have fumbled and yet reached out to me. You have chosen to trust amid your doubts. You have remained kind through tears. That takes courage. That is worship. What touches my heart is this: you say yes amid uncertainty. Glory to you when the room is empty, for your generosity endures even when unseen. I remember the times you felt invisible, the fading friendships, the trembling words, the prayers that felt unheard. Am I moving backward? You wondered. But I was guiding you inward, my child, strengthening your roots in unseen places, fortifying your frame so blessings would not break you, teaching you the sacred rhythm of resilience and the holy symphony of endurance. You thought nothing was happening, yet everything was, for you, with you, and within you. Your unseen offerings have been seeds, and I will be faithful to their harvest. The tears shed in barren times will return as rivers. The smallest acts of obedience will open the mightiest doors, for obedience is the unbreakable key in my kingdom. You have turned perseverance into a path. From your trust, a tower has risen. Your love has become a lighthouse for generations to come. Heaven watches you as family, not jury. They rejoice that you have chosen light. They've seen your secret prayers, your integrity in a world that glorifies compromise. Every small promise kept shifted the atmosphere. This is heaven's record, not exaggeration. Doors are opening because of your worship. Some suddenly, others slowly. All are mine. I arrange alignments, connections that will bless your future, opportunities that uphold your values, and spaces that welcome your voice without striving. Be ready for restoration. What felt lost will return renewed. Be ready for victory. Provision will meet you on your journey of faith, not before it begins. You are my light, beloved. You shine through the dark like the sunrise. My love flows through your kindness. Continue to glow. I am proud not only of your accomplishments, but of who you are becoming. Stronger, softer, wiser. You are learning to lead with love, no longer apologizing for your brightness, nor using it to cast shadows, but to help others shine. That is maturity. My son's likeness is forming in your daily life. Continue letting me shape, surprise, and use you to love others. Walk humbly. Walk bravely. Walk authentically. Guard your secret place. Keep your soul clear. Let my pace guide you. Respect your boundaries. Care for your body. Rest. It is holy strategy. Show gratitude. It is warfare. Respond with calm to accusations. When comparison whispers, remember, your lane is unique. Open to me when fear knocks. Bring old wounds into light, I will heal them with you. You are not behind. You're being carried. You are not unworthy. You're being cultivated. You are not unseen. You are being revealed for my glory, in my time, in my way. I was there when you almost gave up. I counted your breaths. I gathered the fragments of your hope until you could hold them again. I remembered your yes. I surrounded you with silent blessings. A verse, a sunrise, a message, a whisper, all reminders saying, go forth. I'm pleased with you. Your kindness, the shared meal, the message, the apology, the extra hour spent helping, the prayer said quietly. These are sacred. They are the foundation stones of a life that upholds my kingdom. They do not return empty. Their harvest is near. Enter the warmth of my heart, child. Live in my love. Walk in the light where grace never ends and truth strengthens. Assist people who are in need of hope by sharing my light. Get ready for my heavenly overflow by clicking the super thanks button. You do not need to perform for love. You are already loved right now. My joy in you is constant. You criticize your pace. I celebrate your progress. Where you see unfinished, I see growth. Doors long locked are opening. Hidden labor has laid strong foundations. I expand your reach, yet sustain your spirit. Your next assignment will fit like it was made for you. New voices may call your name, but my voice will ground you. Stay anchored in me. Expect blessings. Accept delight as a father's joy. When they ask how, say grace. When they ask why, say love. Guard the little things. Cherish honest friendships. Keep your soul attentive. Stay curious. Keep learning, listening, leaning. Your refuge is not fame. It's me. I'm proud of your honesty, your forgiveness, your laughter after tears. Proud of your prayers for those who hurt you. That's royalty. That's my family. Heaven celebrates you. Not because you were flawless, but because you were faithful. You kept walking. You chose love in fear. You reached for my strength when weak. Your perseverance is paving the way. Your character is preaching quietly. Heaven opens where you surrender. I set tables before history for you, places long reserved in advance. You will sit, serve, and shine effortlessly. I bless you with wisdom to pour out and grace to hold it. Stay genuine, stay brave, stay humble, be kind, forgive quickly, laugh often, include others. Even silent, your life speaks loudly. When you doubt my delight, remember my voice. You make me proud, not just for what you do, but for who you are becoming in me. Your story is not finished. I keep adding wonder and turning ashes into beauty. Breathe deep. Lift your head. Accept my blessing. Let hope be your torch. Let peace be your mantle. Let mercy be your language. Heaven celebrates every step you take. Rest, my child. I bring clarity to confusion, courage to fear, joy to weariness. I restore your creativity. I set your rhythm to my pace, perfect and peaceful. You are endlessly loved. I am with you in your ordinary and extraordinary moments. Errands, dishes, deadlines, and dreams. My love holds every moment together. Nothing is too small for my care. Nothing too large for my power. Nothing about you too complex for my mercy. Lift your eyes. Raise your expectations. Mercy and goodness are chasing you even now. Watch as I restore chapters you thought lost. Even your hesitations protect you from harm. Finally, receive this blessing. May your branches stretch wide, your roots draw deep. May your home feel like heaven. May your tears water new life and your laughter heal. May your silence preserve peace and your words build bridges. I hope your hands discover the task designed for them, and your feet find the roots ready for them. May your heart remain aged in wisdom and fresh in amazement. As you proceed, keep in mind my promise made to you, both now and in the future. You have my admiration. My pride cannot be bought or sold, nor is it brittle or erratic. It has its foundation in truth, love, and the blood that made you mine. You have more to tell. My pride in you will always be there. Because of who you are and who you are becoming, heaven itself is happy, brave, beloved, and growing closer to me every day. Wrap yourself in approval and go in peace. Walk with grace and strength. Go in happiness, encased in assurance. I'm with you. For you, I stand. And it gives me great pleasure to walk with you at every turn. Come close to my heart, my child, and take refuge in my affection. Come within the circle of my word, where hope is alive and grace is abundant. To walk with me forever, click, join, listen carefully, my little child. For everything I say to you is truthful and measured. You were not created by accident or coincidence. I purposefully made you with hands that understood the precise shape of your days and the exact curve of your heart. Before you had even breathed or thought, I had already infused you with destiny. It wasn't an afterthought that you lived. It was envisioned, organized, and situated. I intentionally stitched you. All of your physical attributes, including your stubbornness, tenderness, laughter, and stillness, were woven into a pattern that only I could create. These included your troublesome tendencies, unexpected affinities, and attraction to particular individuals, locations, or hobbies. It's not all random. I put those signs inside of you, map coordinates that point to the larger purpose I wrote for your life. Don't assume that your bewilderment is pointless. Remember, I didn't create you to echo what others are saying when you stand at the edge of commotion and feel insignificant. I created you to represent a particular aspect of who I am. No one has the exact mix of tale, wound, and wonder that you do, though some may possess gifts comparable to yours. Your scars are not imperfections to conceal. They are the sculptor's marks that give your face its individuality, the prism through which my light refracts into the world. Your existence is not a test. It is an intricate, dynamic, and living blueprint, a framework of purpose rather than a strict script meant to rob you of independence. It contains your gifting rhythms, your compassionate heartbeat, and the unique ways you grieve and celebrate. It encompasses your burdens as well, as even those indicate ministry and meaning. Your greatest strength may emerge from something you once considered a weakness. I don't squander anything. Have you noticed what brings you to life? The times that spark deeper awareness and draw you into the very core of who you are. There is a reason for those stirrings. They are gentle invitations, sometimes urgent, pulling you closer to the heart of your calling. You weren't meant to merely glance at life. You were meant to live at the intersection of your spirit and mind. Even now, I'm speaking to that center. Let yourself be exposed to my light, little child. Allow it to pass through you. Every shattered soul will be soothed and restored by our love together. I know you have asked, who will be chosen for me? What if I don't succeed? Could it be too late? Listen, I own the timing, and I never run out of time. You still have time to step into what I have placed within you. Furthermore, it's not too early to begin. Every season you've experienced, happiness or sorrow, success or struggle, has shaped you, sharpening your edges, growing your sensitivity, and refining your beliefs. Even delays have purpose. You will eventually thank me for rearranging your path. Where you felt unworthy, I have already woven atonement. I simply need willingness and surrender, not perfection. Surrendering is not giving up your identity. It is removing what hides you so my design can be revealed. When you release the scripts the world imposed, comparisons, expectations, shame, you create space for the real story I authored. Your journey will involve discarding false identities and unlearning lies. You will learn to live by a calm voice that never fails you, to embrace opportunities, and to mourn your losses. I am that voice. It will not deceive you. Even if the road seems complex, stay on it. Even if the next step demands more trust than clarity, still take it. Your calling does not fade under adversity. It's safe in heaven. It grows through pressure, endures storms, and appears in everyday choices. Purpose is not performance. It is not praise, prestige, or recognition. It is the point where the world's deepest need meets your greatest joy. The altar of impact is built when what brings you to life intersects with what others most need. You don't have to know everything. You don't need someone else's schedule. I ask only that you say yes from the most sincere place within you. Even an imperfect, trembling, hopeful yes is enough to begin a work beyond your fears. Give me your time, your tears, your talents, your modest offerings, your hesitant steps, and I will enlarge them. I will breathe life and ignite what has been dormant. I see what you carry. Like a shepherd with sheep, I carry your concerns. Kindly, carefully, and with focus. I see your questions and your quiet nights of doubt. I have etched your name in the annals of time. You are not an afterthought. You are my heart's deliberate echo in the world. I've given you what no one else has, a special calling, a distinctive scent of light and love. You are meant to move with intention, to be led, not adrift. That won't always mean a clear path. I may guide you by whisper, by closed door, or by sorrow that shapes compassion and insight. Yet I walk with you every step, aligning circumstances, opening doors, bridging hearts, and illuminating what's next. Do not underestimate the power of small trust. Little acts of faith are turning points on the path to greater things. Never undervalue daily obedience, quiet kindness, discipline, brave conversation, or standing firm when giving up seems easier. These details build you into someone able to carry my purpose. I've given you my name and claimed you as my child. Walk in my presence, and I will strengthen you. Bring my splendor with you, and keep your hope alive. You are my handcrafted masterpiece, my poem. I place you in spaces only you can fill, enabling you to speak in ways that only your face and story allow. When someone asks a question, you are the answer. You are evidence that I still move, heal, and speak. Step into that truth. Let it sink deep in your bones so that when doubt arises, you stand on solid ground. Notice the signs I leave throughout your days. They are quiet because I yearn for voluntary pursuit, not forced following. In the morning, I may be a silent song. Sometimes, an insistent pull within your soul. Learn the rhythm of my voice. Practice listening. In the pauses between tasks, in your pain, in your joy. There are whispers. I'm not leaving you. As you draw closer, you will see more of the blueprint. You will not be left behind. I light, I lead, I comfort, and I correct. I deeply desire to finish what I began in you. So rise from revelation, not compulsion. Step into the authority I've given you. Don't shrink when I've made you wide. Don't grow small after I've called you to expand. Through your daily faithfulness, divine purpose is being fulfilled. You are loved. You are chosen. You are appointed. Live like it. Let this truth take root and lead you into the full, abundant life I always planned for you, one surrendered step at a time. I do not hide so you chase me like gossip. I hide so you lean in like a lover who knows there is always more to hear. And every time you pause to ask, is there more to this? That very question opens my door. Step through it. Take a closer look. I often call coincidence orchestration. What you dismiss as chance, I label as guidance. Notice how ideas return, how the same verse, song, or phrase appears when least expected. When your hope fades, a stranger smiles. When you whisper a prayer, a conversation confirms it. These are not coincidences. They are my fingerprints, subtle, deliberate, guiding. Synchronicity is not wasted. It's a language I use to show that life has meaning and direction. You are not excluded from divine guidance. You are the focus of it. When familiar spaces feel too tight, when safe places feel small, when truth burns behind your eyes, pay attention. The pain, the recurring thought, none of it is illusion. Your spirit vibrates with reality like a tuning fork. Within your soul lies what I planted, the deeper, wiser, radiant part of you that speaks the language of calling with ease. It rises now. It understands. I speak through everything, through debris and cathedrals of light, through your celebrations and your unresolved nights. There are lessons in disappointment and mercy behind closed doors. Detours saved you from losing your voice. When you thought I left, I was protecting your path. When you assumed I was unkind, I was rooting you deeper. Some people I allowed in were not meant to stay. They were kindling, not furniture. Their leaving is not your failure. It is the fulfillment of their role. Even the jagged edges they left can serve your growth. I turn grief into seed and betrayal into wisdom. I know how self-conscious you feel, wondering if this longing is only imagination. Listen, that holy ache was planted by me. It is not a flaw or distraction. It is a compass. You were not made for half lives. You were created for a full life of purpose, filled with hope that strengthens your spine and love that moves your hands. The discomfort you feel when you drift from purpose is not dysfunction. It is direction. My spirit reminds you that your life is larger than your fears. Seek me in stillness, in the quiet between alerts. As the noise fades, my voice will rise. Because I am closer than breath, it may sound like your own thoughts, yet it carries my clarity. I do not always appear like lightning. Sometimes I come as perseverance, the dream that will not die, the thought that returns like the tide. Trust that persistence. Trust me. You do not need the mountain's full map, only the next faithful step. I have set within you a compass that senses my seasons. You may call it intuition. I call it sacred alignment. When something is truly yours, it comes alive. The room opens. Time stretches. There is courage. Something grinds while it's not. It depletes. To fit in, it demands that you betray yourself. Experience the sensation of tranquility. Adhere to peace. Chaos does not serve my aims. They are calm, clean, steady, and have basic strength. Avoid comparing your path to that of others. Some are awakened by lightning. Others come gradually and with certainty, like morning. Because your way doesn't sparkle as much as theirs, don't hate it. Every road I create is unique, and I didn't create you to be their echo. We are traveling this path with you, so it is sacred. You get it? I'm not just guiding you in the right direction. I am purposefully with you. The prize is not the destination. We can attest that you are involved whenever you decide to put the truth above convenience, love before pride, or bravery before comfort. You're in it already. Be a channel of my light, dear soul. Allow it to spill forth into the world. We will resurrect and delight the yearning spirits with love. I'll keep adding confirmations to your journey. Others refer to these as coincidences, aligned conversations, timely provisions, and key-fitting invitations. Listen carefully. Put them in writing. When the fog creeps in, You can return to these moments like altar stones. Honor them. They are my heartfelt affirmations. You're not by yourself. You will arrive soon. Continue. Have faith that new indicators are still coming your way, even if you are unable to sense them. I'm not there. I have a strategic mind. I address any heart that is open to hearing. Because your purpose is active, your existence is armed with signs. This article isn't for Sunday, it's happening right now. I started a good work in you, and I'll be faithful to see it through to completion. Your moment is not being missed. You are more aligned than you think as you go through it, breath after breath. The signs become increasingly clear the more your heart tunes into me. I don't lead you down a rabbit hole. I guide you toward understanding. You are presently walking in it. Come closer now that your heart is starting to see the pattern. You have always had what you feel stirring inside of you. I'm waiting for your agreement with me, not permission from the world. You're not running late. You're not in the rear. You have nothing necessary. Like seed, everything you need for your vocation is inside of you, waiting to be reawakened, honed, and released. And listen to this. Frantic striving is not the beginning of a locking. Sacred introspection is the first step. Ask me what is persistently coming to mind with quiet strength while you sit with me. Where do I feel the most honest, content, and alive? What guiding patterns have I already received? How can I now honor them? Then put these basic obedience skills into practice. Every day, set aside even 5 minutes to be still. Touch your heart and declare, I agree with the truth about me. Keep a journal of your indications, dreams, cues, words, and interactions. When the evidence is respected, patterns emerge. Let go of things that don't fit. Not all positive things appeal to you. Set your boundaries based on serenity rather than guilt. Give one brave yes every day, but remember that little goals are cultivated by everyday seeds rather than sporadic large actions. Talk life over your course. God bless your efforts. God bless your voice. God bless your timing. Your atmosphere is trained by your words. After being clearly prompted, do one coordinated action within 72 hours. Clarity is multiplied by movement. Seek sage friends who stoke your passion rather than your fear. Purpose is not solitary, it is personal. Because productivity is not inversely correlated with rest, it is the purpose's oxygen. I am with you, my darling, through the questions and the answers, the rising and the falling, the everyday moments when eternity is hidden in plain view. Continue to listen. Continue to observe the signals. Continue selecting the appropriate next step. We're not running late. We're on time. Proceed. Loved one, I walk beside you. Take a moment to breathe. Turn inward with the same love you would extend to a close friend, not with mistrust or a measuring stick. Examine with loving eyes. Gently ask yourself, what's in my chest right now? What comes to mind when I see injustice? When I hear tales of suffering? When am I stopped in my tracks by beauty? When I'm filled with wonder at a breakthrough? Those stirrings should not be treated as flaws. They are sacred signs that serve as signals, guiding you toward the things that are most important to you. That's where I put them, to guide you ahead, not to stifle you. You were born to help heal what your heart hurts for. Don't write off your passions as being over the top. They are incorporated into your initial plan. The job that erases time, the causes you can't ignore, the dreams that keep you up at night, and the concepts that give you energy. These aren't arbitrary. They are my spirit's whispers, pointing you in the direction of the good that only you possess. I'm not calling you to live under the weight of your guilt or to grind yourself to dust. Moving from joy, overflow, and alignment with what makes your soul bright is what I'm asking you to do. Duty is not the only source of true purpose. It comes from having a relationship with me, your core beliefs, and the individuals I've put in your path. Spend some time tracing your passions back to their origins. Recall the times, even as a youngster, when you felt happier inside. It wasn't only fantasy that ignited that spark. It was the face of your identity. Maybe the world used roles, performance, and expectations to try to hide it. Once more, I'm fanning that ember. To transform someone's life, you don't need a stage. Real power can be carried without a crowd. I want you to be completely yourself and aware of the design I created inside of you. Purpose is a form that develops as you mature. It is not a garment to fit into. Your values are where it all starts. What you are loyal to, what you will not compromise on, and what you will stand for, even if no one else is applauding. Your boat's ballast is your values. When waves rise, they help you stay steady. They make your everyday decisions move with exceptional intention and make your yes and no more clear. Drift turns into direction when your convictions and your joys align. You start building instead of reacting. I am aware that this practice can allay long-held worries. You are plagued by doubts, the hush that you are insufficient, that you have lost your opportunity, and that the road is too difficult to begin. I am not the source of those voices. Fear is not weaponized by my speech. Peace is in my voice, and I provide where I lead. I understand your stress, your want for more, and your concern about the potential costs. Listen to this. Freedom, not diminution, is on the other end of obedience. I'll demonstrate how to reduce the noise. Don't argue fearfully as though it were a knowledgeable advisor. Face it with the truth. You're not left behind. You don't have no power. Faith is not what you are. You have been surrounded by grace, selected and equipped. Leaning further into my love is encouraged by every worry that arises. And just as light displaces darkness, so does my perfect love displace fear. Before you start, you don't need to gain courage. Let the truth be heard over the lies. If you have to, start small. A complete itinerary is not required for obedience. Saying yes to the next lit step is what it is. One discussion, one brave email, one deed of kindness, and 1 hour of concentrated effort on what I've put inside of you. Clarity and emotion both increase. Strength manifests itself in practice. I will be there for you as you go, offering you support, encouragement, and wisdom that you couldn't have gained by remaining motionless. The going conceals the clarity you seek, and doing is the birth of the power you desire. Before you start, you could think you need more credentials, more recognition, more contacts, and more self-assurance. I qualify people I call dear me. I enjoy making use of what the world ignores. I use my vulnerability as a springboard for my power. Honest presence rather than flawless perfection will be the primary source of the transformation you will bring into the world. From someone who got back up after falling and continued to walk. From a heart that said yes, even though the hands were still shaking. I'm not hiring perfect people. The faithful are being shaped by me. Examine your surroundings. Lives are already awaiting your affirmative response. Because you showed up, some people will breathe better. Stories will change as a result of your compliance. Your presence has the power to bring about healing. Your fulfillment is not the only reason you have a purpose. Others will find hope in what you create, what you carry, and who you become. Therefore, it's for their benefit. There's always too much calling, When uncertainty comes back to haunt you, it does. I would like to remind you of your identity and whose you are. You are making progress even if it is concealed beneath the ground. Growth is frequently silent and scorecards are rarely included. However, obedience is never a waste. Every yes multiplied every offering, as I saw. Honor each brave stride. Your potential is not a far-off prize that awaits you at the end. Every time you align your life with truth, it is a living seed that is already active and awakens. You are not yet all that you will be, and you are not who you were. This becoming is holy, and you are becoming. To me, you are not small. You're not a stranger. You are my moving masterpiece. I am gradually revealing your design day by day, step by step, giving you strength, enhancing your clarity, and providing what you require when you need it. I've already placed the necessary instruments inside of you. You will find them as you go. Listen to this and keep it near. Your burdens are not a chain, they are a compass. Allow them to guide you to the individuals and locations I'm requesting you to love. When the tide turns, let your values guide your choices. They are your anchor. Your worries are not unfounded. They will relax their hold if you allow the truth to speak. Your next move is sufficient. I'll see you there if you take it. Pursuing a perfect moment is not the goal of living on purpose. It is the protracted, holy process of becoming. It is a convoluted journey of learning, unlearning, falling, rising, and walking again, rather than a clear path with assurance, always under my wings for protection. I can enjoy you without waiting for flawless performance. I am touched by your confidence. Your affirmative response honors me. Breathe then. Put your hand in mine. Identify the value that you will uphold today. Pick one little deed that fits the bill. Step forward and offer it. I'm with you. I go ahead of you. I will finish the excellent work I started in you, and I walk by your side. Now let's start over. My love is a treasure that I have placed inside of you, my dearest. My calm will be a healing balm for 3 longing hearts if you share it with them. I'm not requesting polish or eyeglasses. I'm requesting the actual thing. An unwavering yes, an honest heart, and the fortitude to continue when the route becomes obscured. A lot of my kids think that having a purpose will make everything easier for them. However, convenience is not a guarantee of purpose. It encourages in-depth thinking, and the long, laborious process of becoming creates depth. The length of your road is not proof that you missed the turn. The voyage itself is the workshop where I mold you via unasked-for obstacles, people you are called to love, modest errors, and unmerited compassion that makes you feel better. Your life gains weight with every step you take, the kind of holy stuff that doesn't buckle when carrying vision. It's not a cosmetic strength. You have it in your bones. I don't expect perfection from you. My joy in you is transformation. It takes constant turning away from false names you picked up to survive, away from narrow ceilings of fear, and toward the vast sky of truth to become more like the person I designed. That turning might sometimes cost you comfort. It asks to be misinterpreted at times. However, you will never give up anything that I can't replace with something more genuine. A purpose is not a real standout. A sacred unfolding is taking place. It takes time for an unfolding. Since the public cannot see your work, don't let that make you feel behind schedule. I witness the hidden triumphs, the silent course adjustments, the rebuffs of temptation, and the hushed prayers in automobiles and kitchens. I evaluate your life based on alignment, or how well your inner world is developing to sing in my key, rather than just results. Triumph occurs when your intentions and thoughts start to align with my reality. To walk faithfully, you don't have to have perfect clarity. You don't need a platform to be powerful or a title to be trusted. To keep up with me, you don't need a 5-year plan. You need a willing step and a listening heart. Come to the location I put you. Talk about what I've written in your mind. Love the people I've put in front of you. Without surrender, a single act of obedience, especially one that goes unapplauded, promotes a kingdom more than 1,000 plans. Know this, people standing in everyday locations are the ones that change history. I am a mother who demonstrates patience and lets her children know who they are. A friend who stands watch at a patient's bedside and allows quiet to express compassion. A teacher who opens a student's future by prioritizing curiosity above control. An artist who restores beauty to a damaged community and doesn't allow hopelessness to rule. These are not small roles. These revolutions are silent. I respect them. I am happy to witness what the world ignores. Don't trust the well-crafted stories of purpose that minimize the expense. All the stories you love were cultivated in arid soil, seasons when giving up seemed reasonable, disappointments that hurt, and questions that scratched. Persistence, not perfection, was what set them apart. When facts were yelled by discouragement, they trusted my words. They let me trim things that couldn't bear fruit. Where loss had drained the soil, they allowed me to sow new seeds. My tithe was permitted to serve as the metronome. Trust served as the cornerstone around which I constructed what you are now referring to. This also applies to you. Imperfections don't stop you from achieving your goals. Permission denied is causing it to halt. Before the whole picture is ready, before the crowd agrees, before you feel ready, give yourself permission to be used right now. To change eternity for one soul, you don't need a lot of followers. And occasionally, a single soul's task might alter numerous futures. Because your lane does not appear to be like another's, do not belittle it. Comparison is an enemy of thankfulness and a thief of vitality, as well as my economy. Every life that is impacted by love is miraculous. Every act of generosity is a gateway. Unbeknownst to you, every courageous secret yes has repercussions. Heaven has a different scale. You weren't made to handle this by yourself. Isolation is a tactic used to smother your hopes, not a sign of strength. You were created for communion by me, life-speaking voices, your steadying hands, mentors who give you gentle correction, companions who laugh together and share the burden. In the community, purpose becomes clear, presence gets sharper, blind spots get softer, and bravery grows. Seek out those that inspire greater trust than fear. Give yourself permission to be wanted and known. Your measurements shift as you start living with purpose instead of just pursuing it. You'll begin to view loyalty as a sign of success. Instead of feeling anxious when you wake up, you will view every day as an altar rather than an audition. Joy will go from crossing the finish line to actually doing the task. Though it will be transformed into wisdom instead of being recycled into concern, difficulty will still come. While suffering won't be eliminated, it will be changed into empathy and power. Growth will become inevitable, but perfection won't occur. Enter without hurrying, without hiding, and without being compared to others. I'm not requesting that you run. You are being led by me. You're not lost. You're learning. You're getting rid of things that don't fit the person you're becoming. The foundation beneath you gets stronger every time you go back to your yes. You get better at carrying what I want to entrust to you every time you choose integrity over appearance, courage over comfort, and truth over convenience. Recall that time spent on formation is not wasted. It is an eternal investment. The desert sharpens your judgment. Your capacity is increased by the waiting area. You are redirected to the correct door by the closed one. You learn to hear me without the cacophony from the obscure years. Your hands are trained for greater stewardship by the tiny task. Nothing that is given up is wasted. And let doubt find you grounded when it comes, as it will. Let's get back to what I promised. In your own story, think about the stones of recollection. When your faith is weak, take it from your community. Allow thankfulness to change your perspective until you can perceive the proof of minoreness in areas you previously ignored. Adhere to basic life principles. Worship heard and obeyed. Together, you and I are composing this. I've already started your story, so I'm not going to improvise. Layering paint after color and allowing each to dry in its own time. I am the patient artist at the canvas, giving dimension to even the shadows. The entire image is not yet visible, but it is not arbitrary. It is permanent and deliberate. Thus, continue walking diligently, if not perfectly, not with confidence in every situation, but with faith in my friendship. Walk if you can't run. Stand when you are unable to walk. Rest in me when you are unable to stand. And obedience is that as well. Since the beginning of your becoming, I have been by your side, and I'm not going anywhere just yet. I will continue to call you to greater love, more lucid truth, greater bravery, and a life that subtly upends the world. I need what I've always requested: trust over neat maps, obedience over praise, and authenticity over performance. Again today, honestly say, yes. That's plenty for me to grow. That's the way mountains move. One step at a time, one yielded. Listen, dear. The master key I create to unlock all the seeds I've sown within you is belief. Not the kind of person who thinks that cop is who everyone says you are. Not the kind that fluctuates in response to your emotions or the shifting conditions in your environment. I am referring to a profound and steadfast belief that is rooted in my word and my proclamation over your life. This is faith in the persona I assigned you before the first day, faith in the blessings I bestow upon your soul at birth. Even the most holy vocation can rest in peace, hidden and unutilized, without that type of confidence. Your mission, however, stirs and burns when genuine belief is ignited and takes root in your heart. Potential gives way to power. It turns unrelenting, convincing, and unstoppable. Know this: wishful thinking is not what your faith is. Self-delusion or bravado is not in accord with heaven. You are not giving in to fiction when you decide to believe who I say you are and accept your value, your design, and your assignment. You're putting yourself in my shoes. You are granting me unrestricted freedom to work via you. The more difficult labor of summoning you, preparing you, and setting up the sage has already been completed by me. However, the door is belief. It's the system that lets your soul enter the fullness I've prepared. You weren't made to be small or insecure. Hurt, rejection, comparison, and fear all served as teaching tools for those lessons. Measurements are fluid in the world. The wind causes them to change. However, I'm bringing you back to the original truth, to the part of your soul that remembers you were created in my image, not as a mere replica, but as a revelation from me. You are not weak, irreparably damaged, or missing in the most important things. You were purposefully created, given life, cherished, and in my arms. Listen to me. Stealing your gifts outright has never been the most ingenious strategy used by the opposition. His goal is more subtly to persuade you that they don't exist. You will never risk attempting if he can convince you that you are insufficient. Your talent is not feared by him. Before your belief, he shudders. When you genuinely believe, you start to take action. You talk, you take action, and you assume authority that is bestowed rather than created. Heaven and earth come together in your life when you move in that manner. I work so hard to win your heart because I want to heal, not control. A healed heart is capable of regaining faith. A believing heart turns into a threat to evil. It turns into a light that directs others. Doubt becomes quieter and fear becomes less powerful as you cling to who I am in you. Once heavy opinions start to wane in front of my voice, my truth to you is straightforward and unwavering. You are commissioned as the chosen chariot. You can do it. You have bravery. Someone has phoned you. When self-belief is rooted in me, don't confuse it with arrogance. You are not elevating yourself when you claim I can because you rely on my truth. You are paying respect to the source of that talent. When your confidence is rooted in me, I love it. I rejoice when you come forward because you trust that I will come before you, not because you are fearless. Beliefs like that are infectious. They create momentum, alter atmospheres, and awaken faith in others. You can feel weak, insignificant, or unqualified. Recall that even a mustard seed's faith can make a big difference. The size of your faith is not the deciding factor. That's where you put it. It is sufficient if you have faith in me. What I can utilize is even a tentative, shuddering yes. Bring your shaky hands, your soft voice, and your halting prayers to me. With even the little willingness, I can accomplish great things. Loudness is not necessary for me. I need sincerity. Belief alters how you perceive challenges. What seemed impossible becomes an invitation. As you emerge from hiding and start to walk tall, your questions change from, "What if I fail?" to, "What if I soar?" Not with arrogance, but with the assurance that heaven is on your side. Everything changes once you are certain that I genuinely support you. Roses were replaced by rivers. In Peru, confused movement took the place of delay. And if faith seems far away at the moment, no, I see you. My child, if these words make your heart feel my presence, then take this message to those who need it and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel and join us on this journey. Amen.